Why do bad things happen to good people? Now, I'm not a genie. I don't know what you're going through in life. I don't know whether you've lost anybody in your life, somebody that you deeply cared for. But whether you've lost somebody or not, I think it is something that we all are going to have to go through someday. And there will be one that will make you ask this very question that I've been asking myself all day. Why do bad things happen to good people? And it doesn't matter whether you believe in God. Why do bad things happen to good people? And you wouldn't want to hear none of that. Oh, bad things happen to good people for the greater good, or bad things happen to good people because of karma, or bad things happen to good people because good is only in reference to bad. And when you get to this point in your life, you wouldn't want to hear anything else. Because the truth is, sometimes bad things just happen to good people. Not because of what they did or what they didn't do. It just happened to them. And when you look at it, people say, oh, everything happened for a reason. You just cannot see the reason. And you think to yourself, why do bad things have to happen to them? Why do they have to go through all of these things? And they lose their life. But it's real. It's something that we all go through. Like nobody will get out of this life alive. Yet it's something that most people seem not to talk about. Maybe because it reminds us that nothing lasts forever. But I think that's exactly why we should talk about it. Because it gives more weight to the present. Loss of loved ones, loss of the people that we care about is something that everybody will go through at one point. No, yet grief is something that most people don't talk about. And I know there are different reasons people don't talk about grief, right? Many people don't want to say the wrong thing. So they stay silent. Some people don't know how to sit with pain they can't fix. And other times you have society telling you, stay strong, move on, or keep it together. And you're like, oh, man, we all go through these things. We all go through pain. It's like we are all living the same lives. And yet we can't talk about it. We can't have like the real conversations about the same thing that everybody is going through. But I also have to admit, most times, it's hard to put grief into words. Trying to describe it sometimes can be like trying to describe a storm from inside a storm. But because of what happened to me today, if you ever want to talk about your grief, or if you ever talk about your grief, that's a brave thing, you see, because many people want to talk about their grief. But they are not able to do it because the space is just not safe. There is no space. They never find a safe enough place or people to do it with. And right now, I'm going to talk about my grief in a different way. Not in a woe is me way, look at me, feel sorry for me way. But in a way that breaks the silence that so many people are trapped in. So this morning I woke up and I saw a missed call from my mom. And she left me a voicemail to call her back. And when I called her, she told me that my auntie is no more. This is the woman I mentioned in my past video when I was talking about how I came over here. She was a woman whom I considered like a mother. And it's not just that she passed away. Now that's sad enough, but it's the manner in which it happened. When you love people, some of you have grandparents or mothers. Think about your old grandma, right? Or your old granddad, someone you love, and you can't bear the thought of seeing anything happen to them. And just the thought of anything unfortunately happening to them kind of leave you distraught, right? Sometimes we suffer first in our mind, and then sometimes it never happens. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about one thing that really make me feel bad about the whole thing is that, sometimes I feel like when you grieve or when you're going through certain things in life, you do things without explanations. You do things not because there's an explanation. And I think sometimes that's us just being human, Sometimes we just have to feel. Sometimes you can't just always explain everything. Sometimes you gotta allow yourself to be human and grieve in a way that you know how to. And here I am having a conversation with ChatGPT. Now, I used ChatGPT in the past because I think it helps me organize my thoughts. I know I'm talking about ChatGPT, just please bear with me. And ChatGPT asked me, what was she like? No, what made her special? What is the hardest part for you right now? And as I thought about it, honestly, one of the things that I said was I felt like I didn't get to repay her for all the good things that she did for me. I didn't get to repay her the way that I had imagined. Yes, I've done this here and there, but it wasn't to the standard that I would have loved to. And I think if we look at it, most times when we lose people that we really love, I think that's what really kind of strikes us, right? From a place of the guilt. And that's what it is, right? We think, oh man, I wish I could have done this for this person. I wish I could have bought mom that car. I wish I could have taken mom to that place. And when I think about the people that I've lost, the people that I know they loved me and I love them, that's one thing that I always feel. It's that, man, I wish I was there. I wish I did more. I wish I did more. I wanted to make them happy because they were there. You know how you have people who were there for you when you were just a child. They gave you everything. You asked them. They gave you money. They cooked for you. They took care of you. They gave you love and affection. And now you feel like, man, see, when I grow up, I'll be there for you. When I grow up, that motivates you as well in a way. And so it's like when you start seeing people passing, you're like, and it's almost like it kind of knocked the wind out of you for a moment, because it's like, and I guess for me, right, it makes me realize that, man, all the success that you try to achieve, whatever it is that you think you're trying to achieve in life, they really mean nothing without loved ones to enjoy them with. There is a sense of, like what's, and that's because I feel like, man, I haven't done much for them. And so I feel like, man, even if I'm accomplishing, like even if I acquire all these things, they are not here. So it's almost like, man, my joy won't be complete. But I think with this whole thing as well, and as I think about it, and I think if you're going through this, or eventually I think everyone will come to a place where we cross this bridge. I think one thing that I'm taking from this is, one, love is not a transaction. So I will speak to you, but I'm really speaking to me. So the love that our aunties, our uncles, our mother, our father, grandmothers, our loved ones, friends, the love that they gave to us. You see, adults who love children, they usually do it because it brings them joy. It brings them joy to see you safe, to see you cared for, to see you have that sense of belonging. As you're thinking to yourself that you didn't pay her, you didn't get to repay her. You didn't get to repay that person that loved you. I just want you to understand, just as I am understanding, that her gift was you. Watching you grow, watching your life unfold. But those people that truly loved you, the people that truly love us, that are no more with us, the people that loved us for real, the love that they extended to us, the love that they showed us, they did so because it brought genuine love to them, not because they wanted a payment. So their gift at the end of the day was you. Your existence. It was your life just unfolding, And the second thing that I'm understanding from this experience is that, see, the bond that we share with those people that we love that has passed, the bond we share with our lost loved ones don't end with time. Just because they passed doesn't mean that bond is lost. Even if you didn't get to repay them like you pictured or like you had imagined, everything that you do from this moment onwards will be part of their legacy. And by their legacy, I mean, you see, the love that you carry, the kindness that you carry, anything that you do in knowledge of them or in respect to them will be part of their legacy. And the third thing is, our lost loved ones, they probably never measured love the way that we measure it. You see, because when somebody truly loves you, they wouldn't want you carrying these burdens. They will want you to remember them. Honestly, I don't know what they want you to remember them as. I can only think of what I would want the people I love to remember me as. I wouldn't want them to remember me with guilt. And the fourth thing is that, you have to be careful when dealing with grief, because grief can make us rewrite the past in an unfair way. When you're dealing with grief, sometimes you think to yourself, you say things like, man, now I should have said more. I should have done more. I should have been there more. We focused on things that we should have done or things that we didn't do. But I think it's helpful to understand the love that we share with our love lost ones. You see, that love was made over years of connection. And so focusing on the things that you didn't do or the things that that we should have done, or punishing yourself or coming from that angle or looking at life from that perspective will always leave you void, because there will always be, I should have done more. And this is how she died. This is what doesn't sit right with me. When my mom told me what happened, how she passed, so what happened? She said she was at the hospital. She was at the hospital for 2 days. They tested her for everything. They tried to find out what was going on with her, and they couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything. And just like that, she passed. They couldn't find nothing, no symptom, nothing. Up till now, no known cause of death. No known cause of death. We're in 2025. We're in 2025. There is no sickness, nothing. There is no sickness that can be diagnosed. There is no sickness. Nothing happened and it's like, oh, there is this sickness that, or this infection that once it happened to somebody, it can't be found. No, there's nothing like that. When I say life is spiritual, I'm not trying to get anybody to believe or lean any type of way. I'm saying it because it's true. Whenever you come to a crossroad in your life and you come to a place where you've done everything in your own power, you come to a place where you look to the left, you look to the right, there is no way. You look to the left, there is no way. You look front and you look back, there is no way. Allow me to tell you, look up, look up. By looking up, I mean pray. And I will tell you this, so what happened to her was, it's voodoo. Some people say that stuff is not real, but I'm telling you, you see, most people, voodoo or witchcraft, call it whatever you want to call it. I know this stuff is real. All you have to do is just get in the company of some wrong people. Come around some wrong people who practice this stuff, and then you'll find out how real it is. Voodoo, witchcraft, all those weird stuff, it's real. This stuff happened to my mom. You take her to the hospital. Oh, we can't find anything wrong. You can't find anything wrong. Clearly, she's dying. Clearly, look at her. And you people can't find anything wrong. It's not their fault. They truly can't see anything wrong because they are looking with the physical eyes. It wasn't until we took her to a place of prayer. Now, like I said, I'm not saying this to push you one way. I'm just saying this so that if you ever find yourself and you're like, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? And you see, my auntie went through what she went through alone. Like, it happened so quick. So I didn't even know about it. My mom didn't even know about it. So there was nothing we could do. So we couldn't handle it on the spiritual level like we should have. And they left her in the hospital and she passed. And that's all I just wanted to share. Remember, if you ever find yourself in a place or you're going through stuff, or you see somebody going through and you see them, they are losing their life, they're just drying up and things are just going through. If they've tried everything and nothing is working, they've done everything that should have worked and nothing is working, then you know that what you're dealing with is not physical. What you're dealing with is spiritual. And with spiritual things, you handle them spiritually. To grieve is human, and we all grieve differently. Even me just making this video and just talking. In a way, if I'm to be honest, it's a way as well of grieving. But I don't want the grief to be a waste. And so I feel like in a way, making this video, this grief might also help someone. Remember, we're all human. We all go through things, and everybody live in their own world, not really cognizant of the world of other people around them. And sometimes we think that people are mean to us, but you see, people are just living in their own world. They don't really see us, and they don't think that we see them as well. So if you're still here, thank you. And I really hope that whatever it is that you're going through, or whatever life brings your way, you'll be able to come out on the other side whole. And if there's any word of encouragement that you can leave on this video, not just to me, but to anybody who will come across it, I will appreciate that. So thank you for watching. I love you. Until next time.